All right, dude, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and today we are going back to Faker because I didn't finish what I was trying to do with Faker. There was that video that I wanted to make on Faker. I'm yet to make that, so I think what I'm gonna do today is spend some time exploring various aspects of Faker. There's quite a few providers in Faker, like quite a few standard providers. I don't think I need to explore all of them, but for the sake of giving a few examples, I think I want to explore some of them. I want to explore some of the methods that each of the providers provides. Actually, not even some of the methods that each of the providers provides, some of the methods that some of the providers provide. Because like I said, there's a long list of providers, and like I don't feel the need to dig into every single provider. So for the video that I'm planning on making, towards the end, there's going to be an example demonstrating a couple of, different things that were taught in the video. And what I need to figure out is how to make a bunch of the things that I taught in the video fit into that example. So let me show you. Let me open up VS Code. Where was it? So okay. So here we have the list of things to cover in the video, right? We have basics, then we have locales. That's going to be an important one as well. Standard providers, custom providers, dynamic providers, seed, and then the final example. Now, what I need to do is find a way, or think of an example that demonstrates the use of a custom provider. My idea for the custom provider is, okay, hold on. Before any of that, something I need to look into is how I would go about creating fake data within a provider. So like the provider can return fake data. It can return random data, right? But what if I want to access something within? What if I want to access one of the uh, fake methods or fake generation methods from within a provider class? I feel like, yeah, no, hold on. I'm not sure how I would go about doing that. I think that's something we should test out. So here's what we can do. Okay. Uh, I think this is the cell that I was doing the stuff in. Right. So we have the base provider. From the base provider, do I have access to any other stuff? Actually, what if, yeah, you know what? Wait, would I be able to do that? I'm not sure if I would be able to do that. Also, yeah, how would I go about doing that? Because one way that I can think of is that I create like an init function, which is, this mainly only works when you're instantiating, right? I don't know. Like what I'm trying to do here is have, let's say, a fake. Wait, can I assign the value in here itself? What if I do this? Would that work? Oh, you know what? That works, I guess. Okay. All right. That works. So in here, I define a fake thing. right? And then let's say I wanted to return faker dot, no, not faker, fake dot, let's say name for now. So let's see if this actually works. I also don't know if this is going to become like an issue because like we have fake here and we also have fake here. So I don't know if there's going to be ambiguity because it's passing in self. Isn't self? Wait, no, self is something else. Self is not the fake. It's not the fake. It's not the generator instance, or it's not the, well, faker instance. Wait, isn't it? Shit, I'm gonna have to read up on this again because I don't do class related stuff nearly enough to remember this. But that's fine. I can look it up again and oh, you know what? We can look it up right now. That's fine. Okay, so we create the fake instance and then we create the fake generator and then we add our custom provider to it and then we call sum o1. So if everything has gone smoothly, we should get a name, a random name. Let's see if that happens. And in the meantime, while that's running, just for the sake of saving time, I can look up that class thing. Oh, you know what? It works. Okay, hold up. So as soon as I switch to BRB, it it loaded. Give me a second. Also, there's this. I'm not sure whether to call it a library or a model that people were freaking out about. Actually, I, I'm not sure if people were really freaking out about it. The way that I found out about it was through this one person on TikTok. But to be honest, it really seemed like they were making that video just to sort of react Andy to it and do like fear mongering. It's basically a model that can do deep fake, but apparently the results are pretty good. Uh, and so people can use that model. They can feed their own. I'm not sure exactly what kind of data you're supposed to feed into it, but I'm assuming you have to give it a couple of your own picks, and then it can generate the video for you. Actually, not. Hold on, no. I'm gonna have to look into what I didn't think about this until just now. What the video generation side of it looks like what exactly is going on there, how is it generating the video. I think it might have like certain scenarios set up, certain scenarios that it's able to generate videos for, and then based on the image that you give it, it'll generate a video showing the person being animated in there, and apparently the results are great. But yeah, like I said, I found out about wow, words. I found out about it through this person that was fear mongering on TikTok. I say that because like I saw the video, and the moment I heard this person say that there is no scenario where you would need this ever, I was like, okay, dude, your wording, your tone, all of this stuff, it is saying that you just made this video so you can get likes and views. This isn't really about warning people about anything. Anyways, okay, enough shitting on fear mongers. Uh, hold on. What was I doing? Yeah, so I was talking about the deep fake thing. Um, like okay, so I get it. There is a certain level of danger to it. Like it can be used for those purposes, but let's not make it seem like that's the only thing that it's ever going to be used for. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I wasn't really feeling the vibe of that video. it could have been introduced in a different way. And yeah, I want to explore the model. I want to see I want to see how it works. I want to see what the results are, what can be done with it. I want to see what the results are going to be like. What are the capabilities of this model? Okay, um, Python classes. Wait, I've been calling it deepfake. I don't know if that's like the accurate term for it. I probably shouldn't be saying that. But yeah, basically you can get it to create a fake video or generate a video of you, which at this point, like this isn't the only model that's able to do it. There's a bunch of other models that have attempted it, and to certain extents they have succeeded, but like there's always like issues with the results. Um, but apparently this model is doing a very good job. Let me just look it up real quick. I forgot what the thing was called. Oh, I think this is it. It's called Deep Live Cam. Real-time face swap and one-click video deepfake with only a single image. Let me see if they have like a GIF or something showing some results. Okay, right, great. So, I'm gonna open this. Yeah, I'm gonna transition back. Okay, so this is the model. Uh, it's a so the model is called, or the repo is called Deep Live Cam, and it says real time face swap and one click video deep fake with only a single image. Okay, so I guess I was remembering wrong. I was for some reason what I was remembering was that it can generate the video for you. Apparently, that's not the case here. Here, it's a thing of swapping your face with somebody else's face, and actually, is it able to do both the things? Like the thing that I was initially thinking it does, and the thing that like it's mentioning here. I need to see that. I need to understand exactly what like all of the abilities of this thing are. They've mentioned a disclaimer here. The software is meant to be a productive contribution to the rapidly growing AI generated media industry. It will help artists with tasks such as animating a custom character or using the character as a model for clothing, etc. The developers of the software are aware of its possible unethical applications and are committed to take preventative measures against them. It has a built in check which prevents the program from working on inappropriate media, including but not limited to nudity, graphic content, sensitive materials such as war footage, etc. We will continue to develop this project in the positive. I like this. I like this. So they took the possible dangers into account as well, and they're actively working to prevent those dangers. I like that. This project may be shut down or include watermarks on the output if requested by law. Okay, the project is actually it's blown up quite a bit. It's got 32,000 stars on GitHub. Users of this software are expected to use. Okay, all right, great. So basically, use the thing ethically. Don't do malicious shit with it. So how do I install it? Uh, it is more likely to work on your computer, but will also be very slow. You can follow the instructions for the basic install. This usually runs via CPU, right? So you need Python, pip, git, ffmpeg, And Visual Studio 2022 runtimes. Oh, I guess Windows will won't Windows install those for you? Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay. Clone the repo, download the models, then put those two files on the models folder. Install dependency. We highly recommend to work with a a VM to avoid issues. Okay, okay. Oh, basically, I think what they're saying is they highly recommend running this within a virtual environment. Which, yeah, true, agreed. Proceed if you want to use GPU acceleration. CUDA execution provider. Okay, okay. All right, good. So you can leverage the GPU as well. Done. If you don't have any GPU, you should be able to run Roop, 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 Roop. What is? Did I miss something here? Okay. Uh, you should be able to run Roop using Python run command. Keep in mind that while running the program for the first time, it will download some models, which can take some time depending on your network connection. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, great, awesome. How do I use it? Okay, so note, when you run this program for the first time, it will download some models uh, around 300 MB in size. Okay, so you run the thing, you select a face, and then you select a target. What's the target here? Okay, so we have 1 and 2. Right, so choose a face, image with desired face, and the target image slash video in which you want to replace the face, and click on Start. Okay. Open File Explorer and navigate to the directory. To the directory you select your output to be in. You will find a directory named video title where you can see the frames being swapped in real time. Once the processing is done, it will create the output file. Okay. All right. Cool. For the webcam mode, just select a face, click live, wait for a few seconds. It takes a longer time usually 10 to 30 seconds before the preview shows up. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. So I'm glad this person also showed the lighting thing. That's kind of interesting, dude. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, okay, dude, I get it. I get the potential for abuse, but like our minds shouldn't immediately go to abuse. Abuse is not the only thing that this can do. There's so many useful applications for this. Either way, I'm interested in looking at. Dude, okay, you know what this reminded me. Speaking of stuff that people would be against, that's either way. Speaking of stuff that people would be against. So you know how generative AI is a thing, right? Generating artwork, and these days you're also able to generate audio, generate video, and basically gen AI, right? And a lot of people have had issues where how do I say this? So a lot of these models, they were trained on data, right? But not all of the data was necessarily ethically sourced, if you get what I'm saying. Wait, what just happened? Give me a second. Is the stream cutting out? Okay, let's wait and see what the situation is. So the music seems to be fine so far. Let me just make sure we are good. I don't know if we are good. Okay, so we are experiencing some technical difficulties. Um, I'm hoping that the stream doesn't go down, even if like we get, you know, bad frames for a little bit. Are we good? Let me just make sure. Just a minute. I did something and I need to undo that something because I accidentally did something. Okay, okay, we are good. Great. So we lost some frames. There was a bit of a hiccup. We lost some frames, but I think everything is probably okay now. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure if but OBS is saying that I'm live. So, should I carry on talking or should I wait for this thing to stabilize because it hasn't stabilized. Like the stream is still buffering on my stream manager and like when I try to load something, it's all right, hold up. Let me reload the stream manager page and see if everything shows up smooth. Even if it's not smooth, as long as it's, you know, as long as it's not buffering, we should be good. Oh God, we are losing frames. Holy shit, we are losing frames. Right, so we're just gonna wait for a little bit while this whole thing stabilizes. Fortunately, the music hasn't been fortunately the music hasn't been affected. Um oh shit, did the music just get affected? I think it did. Yeah, music got affected as well. So I guess we're just gonna wait until everything kind of stabilizes and yeah, not much that I can do. Let's just wait. There's gonna be silence for a little bit. Okay. I think hopefully we should be good. I don't know. I think we are good. I think we're good for now. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So we were looking into this model called deep live, or what should I be calling this? Model or a program? Software. Okay, we were looking into this software called Deep Live Webcam or Deep Live Cam that can be used to create deep fakes. And I was talking about how uh, while there is while there is potential of abuse, we shouldn't pretend like abuse is literally the only thing that's going to happen with it, because there are positive things that can also come out of it. There are good things that can be done with it as well. So let's not try and make it seem like this is only ever going to be used for negative stuff. And then that kind of spawned another thought that kind of made me remember that there was something I wanted to look into. So you know how we have generative AI, right? Generating artwork, generating audio and video, and like a bunch of different things, right? So with with generative AI, an issue that has been there since pretty much since Gen AI kind of went mainstream. I'm not sure what term to use there, but yeah, I guess we can say it that way. Ever since Gen AI went mainstream, there's been an issue. People have been complaining about this, rightfully so. People have been complaining that a lot of the data, or let's say a certain percentage of the data that was used to train these models, these generative AI models, a certain percentage of that data was not ethically sourced, basically meaning that the data that was used, the people that data belonged to, they didn't consent to their data being trained on. So to explain it better, we can like narrow it down to generative art, generating artwork, right? Image generation, AI. These models had to be trained on lots and lots of artwork, lots and lots of images, right? Not all of those images, and those images, like somebody made those images, right? Artists, photographers, other people who do different kinds of, visual art stuff. Somebody made those images that these models were trained on, right? So each of those images had an artist, let's say, or a creator. Each of those images had a creator, right? Not all of the creators consented to their data being trained on. So not all creators were okay with their images being used to train these AI models. And you know what? That's fair. It's their data. They don't want it to be trained on. Okay, cool. The problem is there's nothing that they can do about it, right? There's nothing that they can do or there was there was nothing that they could do to stop it initially. But then somebody, or actually probably a group of people, they started working on this thing called data poisoning. And I'm sure the concept of data poisoning has been around for a while, but like in this case, I saw it being mentioned for the first time. And I'm really interested in learning how data poisoning works, because it's a good tool. It's a good way to protect your own data. And I'm interested in understanding how this works. But in order to understand how this works, I would also need to understand how generative AI models work. And I'm going to get to that point. Like eventually, I'm going to get there to understanding, how generative models work. But yeah, I want to understand how data poisoning works as well, because it's a very interesting concept to me. Poisoning the data so that even if that data gets used to train a model, the model is not going to be able to get anything useful from it. So the idea is basically when somebody creates their artwork, they run it through this, whatever this program is, and this thing does the data poisoning, and it gives out that image, and then that image can be posted anywhere. So far, this is my understanding of what it is. I haven't looked too deep into it, so don't take my word for it. This is my very basic, uneducated understanding of this specific thing. I don't remember what the program was called or what the model that was being used was called. I also don't know if it was open source. I remember at the time when I found out about it and I looked into it, there wasn't source code available, at least for the specific thing that I had found. There wasn't source code available. The thing itself was available, like the program itself was available, but the source code wasn't available. So there wasn't much explaining exactly how this data poisoning is being done, which got me even more curious. But yeah, the whole, people freaking out about deep live cam. This reminded me of the fact that I want to also learn about data poisoning. And dude, I kind of support it. Not kind of, I do support it because at the moment there's nothing stopping model creators from just training on any data because there's barely any rules and regulations surrounding this. So people can just train on any data that they want, and especially if it ends up being like some closed source model, then when you ask them what did they train the data on, then they're going to give you some corporate answer that yeah, this is our own source proprietary data or some shit like that. So I feel like this can help people protect their own data from being, oh shit, I missed the ad timer. Damn. Okay, well, there's an ad playing, so I guess I'll take a hydration break. All right, welcome back. So, now that we are done with this, I'm gonna look deeper into Deep Live Cam. For the time being, we need to look into why did I open up the class thing? I can't remember. I kind of needed like a refresher of how classes work. I mean, I kind of already know. I just need like certain specific things within classes that like I don't do nearly as often. I need to read up on those things again. Uh, what was I? Yes, Faker. Faker. So, oh, yes, I just remembered. So we were looking at this thing. I was wondering if I would be able to do this, and yes, I was able to do it. So I need to see if self. Yes, okay, yeah, okay, all right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open a new instance of Gemini and ask it this. In Python, when I create a class, or well, when I create a class method and pass in self, what exactly is self doing? Because from what I remember, self gives you access to that specific instance's variables. So let's say we had, I don't know, a equals 0. And then let's say I defined, oh, yeah, okay. So then in this method itself, I could do something like self.a equals 5. You know what we can do? let's test this out. This shouldn't return anything, and then let's print out self.a. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this, and first we're going to run sum o1, then we're going to run sum o2. Sum o2 should be 5. Yes, it is 5. Great. So that's what self does. Self gives you access to that specific instance's variables and properties and stuff like that. I guess that was it. That was it, right? I think so. This is one of those things like it's like a small thing, and you would think that, oh shit, yeah, I should be able to remember this thing, but like it's one of those things where I don't use it nearly as often, and so I tend to forget what the thing does. So I have to then go back to the documentation and figure out what it does. But okay. We have fake. Great. I don't think I need... I mean, if it's being instantiated here already, I don't think I need... I don't think I need a separate... What am I trying to say? I forgot what I was trying to say. I don't think I need to instantiate this in an init method. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so now that we have the fake method, I was trying to generate... The last time I'd written stuff down, right? Okay, so there was creation date, there was account name. So in the example, basically what example I was trying to create is a database of all the player characters, or a table. Well, yeah, a database of all the player characters, or rather the players of all the characters belonging to all the players. So each player can have multiple characters, and we can set a limit of, I don't know, 5 or even 10. We can set a limit of 10 characters and generate up to, I don't know, 20 players. I guess we can generate up to 20 players. So I'm gonna have to figure out a good way, because like what I'm trying to demonstrate using hold up. I just had a thought about like, how am I going to fit? So this is for custom provider, right? This is not for dynamic provider. How am I going to fit in dynamic provider into this? What's a good way to fit? Because okay, I can think of a good way, but like what I'm thinking about is like how I'm going to do it within the class itself. Is this going to work? Like if I do, because like I don't think init is going to get called, like at all. Is init going to get called if I'm passing in this provider? Let's find out. Can I just generate the init? Let's see if it does it for me. There it is. Okay. Self generator. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. So if we already have a generator in here, doesn't that mean that the generator is getting passed in when we how do I get like a name? Like can we print out the generator's name? I don't even know when. I'm assuming init would get, if it's going to get called, it would get called as soon as I do the add provider thing, right? So then it should print out. Yeah, there it is. So init does get called. When init gets called, how do I get like a name? I don't know. How do I get a name for this? Like, I need the object name. I need to figure out what exactly this is passing. Because I'm assuming this is passing in an instance of this. It's passing in an instance of faker, because that's the generator, right? But I need to confirm. Oh, it gives an address, right? It's generator object at so and so. So here's what we can try. Let's print fake. Okay, these are at two different locations. Is fake not the generator? Is something else the generator? Wait, let's try this. Yeah, no, I'm missing something here. I'm definitely missing something here. I need to look into what generator would be in this case. Okay, so we have the base provider, we have this and this and this. Okay, okay, I'm not getting this. So what if I find a different way to do this? I don't know if I'm able to. I don't know if I should even be doing the init thing. Because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to go about doing this. Let's try something here. Let's do generator.name. Let's see if that works or if it throws an error. I'm not expecting it to work, but like, did it work? Okay, it worked. So generator is the generator. Um, what did I just say? Faker is a generator. And in this case, well, fake is also a generator. If we are providing this list at this point, uh, I'm thinking about how we would go about accessing the generator. Should I be doing super.generator? Would that reveal anything? I need to look into. I've never used super, and I haven't done nearly enough like inheritance based stuff. Let's see, Python super. My assumption is that it allows you to access stuff in like the inheriting class, like the class that you're inheriting from. Understanding Python super with init methods. Okay, let's look into that. What does super do in Python? The difference between super.init and explicit superclass.init methods. All right. Super lets you avoid referring to the base class explicitly, which can be nice, but the main advantage comes with multiple inheritance, where all sorts of fun stuff can happen. Okay, see the standard docs on super if you haven't already. Note that the syntax changed in Python 3. You can just say super.init instead of Super so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay, cool. Okay. Um, is super mentioned in the class? So it should be part of in inheritance, and I'm sure inheritance is, yeah, inheritance is here. Let's open that up. Super should definitely be mentioned somewhere here. All right. It is slightly more complex than that. The method resolution order changes dynamically to support cooperative calls to super. Okay. Return a proxy object that delegates methods that delegates method calls to a parent or sibling class of type. This is useful for accessing inherited methods that have been overridden by that have been overridden in a class. Okay. I kind of get I kind of get what that's saying. I'm going to need to create my own examples to properly understand what's going on. Um, so this calls init, and I'm assuming init is in base provider, and then it passes the generator to base provider. So I shouldn't need to do this. How would I go? Oh, you know what I could do? Wait, back up. So base provider probably has a generator then, right? If we have this init method set up, I should be able to do. Would I just be able to access it this way? So super.init. Yeah, let's try and access it through here. So super, no, not super.init, super.generator. I don't know what the generator is called. I'm just assuming it's called generator. So oh yeah, wait, hold up. I could get a directory. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see. Okay, that worked. Um, a whole bunch of like underscores going on here. I don't think this has a generator thing. How do I do this? Should I maybe pass in self? Would that give anything, or maybe throw an error? Why is that taking time? Oh wow, this is okay. Super one argument must be a type, not some provider. No, argument one must be a type, not some provider. Okay. All right. So let's get rid of that. In super, how do I know? Wait, also, oh, sorry. I hit my thing. Also, what is going on with base class? Are we dealing with an instance of base class or with base class itself? Or not base class, base provider. Are we dealing with an instance of base provider or with the base provider class itself? It says init, right? But no, init can also be, I mean, you could have an init method to instantiate a class's static variables, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, so the generator thing, I don't know if generator is going to work. Let's try calling sum01 and see if it throws an error. So it is throwing an error because super has no attribute generator. What is the type of super? I think it's just saying super. Okay. How do I get this to return something useful? Oh, let me try Googling this. Python read properties or read attributes. Wasn't there, hold on, wasn't there an attributes thing here? Get attribute, init, so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay. Super self. What if I try to get the, okay, what happens now? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we are getting somewhere with this. Wait, why does that say sum 01 and sum 02? So self is referring to this instance itself. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Uh, how do I do this? How do I, okay, read inherited class attributes. When a class inherits from another class, it acquires all the attributes and methods defined in the parent class. Oh, so, okay, what if I just did this? Oh, it needs something? No. Wait, let me print that out. Class and generator. Generator is part of this thing right now. Okay, that is not what I was looking for. Okay, you know what we can do? I could create fake equals 0, and then we do the init thing over here. I'm not entirely sure what this is doing, but we can also do this equals generator. Okay, so at that point, if I do this, if I do fake dot name, technically this should work. This should not give us an error. Yes, this works. Great. So my guess here is that we are using this instance. But how is that working? What exactly is happening when we pass in when we pass in some provider to add provider? Yeah, I think I need some documentation on what exactly add provider is doing if I'm going to understand how this is working. Alternatively, um, because this is getting really complicated, I could just do internal fake equals faker. So we basically just create our faker here, right? And then we do this. Wait, the idea was to create a provider, create a dynamic provider for the internal fake. And that's why I wanted the thing, why I wanted init to be created. So then in here, I would be, let's say, dyne01 equals, what was it, dynamic provider? Yeah, dynamic provider. And then we have to give it a provider name and a string. And how do I do this? How am I should I create, so okay, I could create I could create helper methods, right? No, wait. So how does sum o1 become accessible? How does sum o1 become accessible just because I'm passing in some provider here? Okay, I'm not sure. All right, so uh let's say dyne01, and let's also just name this dyne01 and give it elements A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J, K, L. I think that should be it, right? The interesting thing is that this takes in a generator argument. Generator object. If missing, the default generator is used. A faker provider capable of generating a list of so-and-so to randomly select a list of elements to randomly select from instead of using the predefined list of elements which exists in the default providers in Faker. Okay. What happens if I pass in a generator to this? Like in this instance, if I pass in a generator, wait, hold on. What did that say? Generator object. So if I give it a generator object, which in this case would be fake, would I still need to add the dynamic provider as a provider? Let's test that out. Let's move this from here and bring it here. Okay, so once we have done this, we can pass fake in here. That should work, right? And then I should be able to call dyne01. No, that did not work. Name dynamic provider is not defined. That's weird. I thought I'd added that at some, maybe that was in one of the previous cells. Okay, so dynamic provider. That should be it. All right, so there's a problem with this. Generator object has no attribute dyne01. Okay, so I'm wondering what is the point of passing in a generator object to this dynamic provider? Like, what's the idea there? What are we able to do with that? What if I tried something like this? Fake dot. No, that's not gonna work. Well, no, that's going to work, but what I mean is it's not going to work. It's not going to do what I thought it's going to do. Because what I was thinking was that, okay, maybe we could use it in a way where, I don't know, because I'm passing in fake, so I'm able to call methods on fake, and then this can be like a dynamic list kind of thing. But fake is already defined here. So it's not doing what I'm thinking it's doing. Because I could probably do something incredibly useless, like, I don't know, a fake dot name for this in range 10. Oh, in range 10. And then we then we call dine. Wait, am I doing something wrong? Generator object has no so and so. Oh yeah, because I didn't add the provider. Okay, so let's add the provider. Dine01. And then that prints out. So this is a bound method. How are you meant to use this? How are you meant to use dynamic providers? Let me just look at this. Okay, so you add this and then you should be able to call the method, right? So what is the problem? Is it oh, this. Right, so there you go. I did so much just for demonstrating my incredibly useless example. Okay, so we can go back to, okay, I have the thing copy pasted. Uh, right, so we erase this. Right, I'm still not getting what the point is of specifying a generator there. Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking for a bit. I'm pretty sure the music has stopped. Let me just confirm. Yeah, the music stopped. Because usually it stops after, it stops to ask for, are you still watching or something like that. Okay, going back to this. Uh yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why we are providing. Is there like an API thing for dynamic do they have the API shown over here? Show source. No, this is probably the source code for this. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. Great. Oh, unique is something I need to look into. I haven't touched unique just yet. I actually completely forgot about it. Is the API not covered in this documentation? Like, I mean, the API is covered, but like, I don't think all of the API is covered. So okay, so this mentions here. I'm glad that this thing mentioned it because it kind of like reminded me. So, the generator object has access to a wide selection of provider methods. The generator object, Faker, I'm assuming, is a generator object, right? Or I mean, it's talking about like a proxy class thing, and internally it has a generator. Oh yeah, fake. It internally it has a generator. Am I able to access like a generator property of this thing? Um, what was it? Generators, I think, or get generators, or was it get providers? Hold on. Let's take a look at all the methods or all the attributes that are available. Okay, so we have all of this and oh, okay. Right. Let's open the thing up here. Wow, this is long. That's what she said. But this is long. Um, right. So let's see what generator related stuff they have. So generator attributes. That's it. That is the only generator related thing that they have. Okay, let's try that. So fake dot generator what? Generator attributes. Is that a method? It's a list. Okay. All right, generator attributes. Um, right. This is giving us access to the providers. I remember it mentioning something about an internal generator. Somewhere in the documentation there was something mentioned about an internal generator. I don't know if it was on this page or on this page. I think it might have been on this page. Oh, that's interesting. I've never thought about like the command line usage of Faker. I've come across this section a bunch of times, but like I'm not trying to I'm not trying to, use it in the command line. I'm trying to actually use the library. Okay. A new Faker instance is just a proxy object that references is are proxy objects like a Python related thing? I think I need to learn about proxy objects because I've seen proxy being mentioned multiple times here. Um, and I don't fully understand it. I think it's more of an implementation. I don't think like Python necessarily calls it proxy objects, but like you are able to implement that whatever that feature is using Python, or you're able to implement proxy objects using Python. Okay. So a new Faker instance is just a proxy object that has references to generator objects, one for each unique locale specified at instantiation. Okay, those generator objects So each generator is that there's one for a separate locale. Okay. Those generator objects are just instances of old faker. If there's only one internal generator object, the new faker instance is running in single locale mode. If there's more than one, then it is running in multiple locale mode. In single locale mode, a new faker instance can easily be forced to behave like an instance created using old faker, because a similar interface can be exposed on the new faker instance, and then proxy calls to methods, properties, and attributes to the sole um, and attributes to the sole generator object in a one-to-one fashion. Okay. In fact, this is how it is implemented and how backwards compatibility was preserved. Okay. In multiple locale mode, however, that one-to-one mapping is no longer present, and how calls are proxied depends on whether the attribute is a provider method or some attribute present in the generator objects. It is possible to provide sane default implementations that will map neatly, like what we did for seed instance. Dude, I wonder, I wonder if I'm going too deep into how this works. I wonder if I should be going too deep into how this works, or if I should um, just use methods that get the job done. I feel like I should just use methods that get the job done. Right. So here, what I was trying to do, I don't understand why we are passing in generator, why there is an option to pass in generator, so I'm not going to touch that. Okay. We can declare dyne01 dynamic provider, dyne01, and oh, self dot internal fake equals generator. Okay, great. Though, should I be doing this? I don't know if I should be doing this. Yeah, dude, I'm not sure if I should be doing this because it mentions one generator, but what if we are using multiple locales? Aren't there going to be multiple generators then? So isn't that then going to break this? Okay. Let's see. Right, so we define this, great, awesome, and then we do internal fake dot add provider self dot dyne01, and then we could, okay, let me change this. So here we can do self dot internal fake dot dyne01, all right, okay, we probably don't need this anymore. Great. Get rid of that, and then some O1. Some O1 is already being called. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so that works. Awesome. It seems like a, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, what happens if I don't do this? What happens if I just, yeah, you know what, let's ignore that, right? We've already created our own faker instance here, right? So let's just use the internal fake. and see if that works. That works. That works just fine. What if I just don't do any of this? Init takes one positional argument, but two were given. Oh, it passes in two arguments. Okay, so when I call when this gets passed in here, it tries to call the init method. But what is it calling if I don't have an init method? Dude, okay, wait. Let's try looking at the source code. Oh God, this is stuck. Give it a second. Okay. So, we have Faker. Um, in the Faker class, we need to be looking in the Faker class. Where is the Faker class? Is there a way for me to search? From what I remember, their search feature was, yeah, their search feature doesn't search in the code unless you're logged in, which is a problem. So let me try through Google. Okay. Python, Faker, ad provider, site, github.com. Okay, I didn't, that didn't yield anything useful. Um, where can I find, okay, let's take a look at this. Would it be under, would base provider have this? So there's provider, there's get, oh, this is ad provider. Okay, hold on. I'm in ad provider. And this takes in the provider. Actually, no, this is for the generator specifically. Wait, okay, hold up. This says, so this is a generator. A Faker instance is a generator, right? So ad provider here is probably what I'm looking at there, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Okay, so we have base provider and type. I don't know if this is, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is doing what I think it's doing. I actually don't understand what this is doing either. Okay. So we are in Faker. So I'm assuming this is, nope, I assumed wrong. Where is where is this located? Where is this Faker class located? Let's see what's under proxy. Also, are there any other folders that I should be looking at? Let me just take a look at that. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. So let's go back. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay. This is the faker class. All right. Proxy class capable of supporting multiple locales. All right. So we create this, right? I'm not going to dig too deep into this. I'm mainly looking for, I'm mainly looking for the method. I'm looking for add provider. Hold on. Does this mention something? So this is a class. It does not mention anything about inheritance. Oh, also, let me just see what's going on in the init method. So we have, all right, factory map, weights, so and so. Okay. Where is the generator being set? So in the init method, we're able to provide a generator. All right. Says here factory.create. Uh, oh, so if it's one locale, then it creates a factory thing. If it's multiple locales, then it creates a new instance of this class itself. That's interesting. That's interesting. Self dot so and so equals faker. Okay, that's interesting. Give me a second. Okay, so then we have, all right, locales and so and so. Great, awesome. Let's go take a look at the generator class again. Okay, so this is generator, and this is basically what is here. Yeah, this is basically what's here. Okay, all right. What was I trying to find here? Oh, yeah, add. Okay, so add provider is here. In add provider, self gets passed in by itself. But okay, so when we call faker.addProvider or fake.addProvider, it is calling this method. It is passing in an instance of. Also, hold on. Faker is not a generator. Faker has a generator. Faker is not a generator. And there's one generator per locale. And then each generator has providers. But Faker is not the generator. Because so far I've been calling Faker the generator because somewhere in the documentation it mentioned, or maybe when I'd asked Gemini, then Gemini said it was the generator. I don't remember. I think somewhere in the docs also it mentioned that Faker is the generator object here. I don't remember. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. Either way, when we have multiple locales, right now I only have one locale, right? Let me just make sure. Yes, I only have one locale. It's just doing the US thing, English US. So generator is just one generator, right? And then when I call, how exactly am I able to call the methods on generator on Faker instead? Or how exactly am I able to call the methods that are in generator on Faker instead? Because add provider is not add provider is not a Faker method, it's a generator method. And Faker has a generator. Wait, back up. So in the factory.create thing, what is being passed in here? So self.factory_map locales. Okay, locales provider, locales providers, generator includes and so and so. Hold on, give me a second. Let me just take a look at the other methods present here. Yeah, okay. I'm convinced that this is the method that we are calling. Okay, let me just take a step back. Why exactly was I doing this? At this point, I've forgotten why I was doing this. So I was wondering if I can get rid of, oh, this was probably why I was doing it. So this passes in a generator and we didn't want to, or we couldn't get rid of generator because this passes in a generator. So the way that I can present this could be that this is boilerplate code, right? And then we can, so this is a generator. This should have, this should have, um, hey there, King. I am working on, so there's a library called Faker, and it allows you to generate synthetic data sets, a whole bunch of like fake data. It gives you a bunch of different methods that can generate different types of fake data for you. and it allows you to create a custom provider so that you can set it up to generate your own fake data sets as opposed to single methods that generate like single values. So through this you can generate like bigger data sets, or do your own custom fake data generation. What I'm trying to do here, what I'm trying to figure out here is, so in this class inherits from base provider, and the init method doesn't just take in a self argument, it also takes in a generator argument. And I tried removing the generator argument, but when I then call this method add provider and I pass in this argument, it turns out that this is passing in it's passing in two arguments. It's not just passing in one. So it takes in self, but it also takes in the generator. I'm not entirely sure how it's getting access to the generator in this case, because like how would it be doing that? So okay, you have self, right? And then you have the so wait, let me get rid of this. It should throw an error and we'll take a look at the error. Oh shit, I missed the ad timer. There's an ad playing right now, so I'm going to take a little hydration break. I'll see you guys in 30 seconds. All right, welcome back. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. So we'll get rid of generator here and run this and see what the error is. So it says some provider.init takes one positional argument, but two were given. Okay, that's interesting. So I need to figure out how it's calling init, because what I'm passing in here is some provider, right? What exactly is happening? So let's try creating a separate example here. Let's create a separate class. Just okay, class my class O1. Here we can define an init method. Okay, and then this can print out I don't know, init call. All right. And then let's create a method, I don't know, some func O1 that takes in a class, and yeah, I'm not sure what it does then. Let's just do let's say some func O1 called, and then let's call some func O1 and pass in my class. Okay, so we are passing in the class. We are not passing in an instance of the class. We are passing in the class by itself. I just realized I spelled class wrong. Okay. So init doesn't get called here. So it doesn't get called it doesn't get called automatically. However, if I created an instance of my class, then it would probably get called. Yeah, there it is. Init called. Great. So because init is not being called here, that makes me wonder what is happening in the code that causes it to get called. Is init being called somewhere here in add provider? Provider self. Self. What is being passed into self? Because I'm still a little bit confused here. Uh, dude, I don't think I've looked into union and type list. What do these do? At least in Python. Python union. Supporting. Support for type hints. Okay. Do unions actually exist in Python? Union typing is only needed when you have statically, not statistically, when you have statically typed language, as you need to declare that an object can return one of multiple. Oh, that's interesting. Hold up. This Wait, this is getting. Where's union mentioned here? Okay, union. Let me just read that Stack Overflow thing. That might give me more information. Actually, no, this will give me more information, but like the Stack Overflow thing will give me quick information. Union typing is only needed when you have a statically typed language, as you need to declare that an object can return one of multiple types, in your case, an int and a string. Okay, so in this case, uh, this can return a base provider type. I'm not sure why type is here. So like, I think this might be the syntax for union. Let me just open that up. Um, there's a type thing somewhere here. Okay, so there's typing.union and there's typing.type. Where's typing.type? Okay, anyways, here, so this is the provider. This is, oh, I just realized that. We have self and then we have provider, and then this is just like, this is hinting at what could be the possible value. And in this case, the possible value, in this case, it's saying provider for some reason. Why is it saying pro? Oh, it's saying provider because it's a base provider. It's inheriting. Whatever we are passing in is inheriting from base provider. That is why it's saying that. Okay, so then if is in instance provider and type. Where's type defined here? Okay, provider self. How does that work? Is that a thing? Does that wait? Would that work? Yeah, that would work actually, because that becomes like a constructor then, right? Actually, self. I don't know if self would work in this instance, but yeah, there it is. Um, it gets called. So this thing gets called, and then it passes in. Okay, so what was the issue? Let me go back here. What was the issue here? Init takes one positional argument, but two were given. Two got given. How are two being given? Because in add provider, some provider gets passed in, right? And then within add provider, some provider. But in the code here, it's showing that some provider is or well, provider in this case, is it's just passing in self. At what point is it passing in two things? Also, what would self be here? Self is a generator. Wait, hold up. Hold up. Provider is a function. Provider in this case is, oh God, okay. That was a confusion. So in this instance, provider is the method. Provider is not calling it's not calling the constructor of provider. So we pass in, so we have provider, self, name. Okay, that's not revealing too much. Yeah, that wasn't as helpful as as I thought it would be. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna dig too deep into this. What I was trying to do was generate the init method. Though, do we do we need an init method here? I mean, we kind of do, because we need to create like a dynamic. We need to create a dynamic provider. And then where should that dynamic provider reside? Should the dynamic provider be within this custom provider, or can it be outside of it? Can it be here? And then it generates the data, and then I pass that data in. Because, like, for example, I could have dyn02 over here, and then that can be a dynamic provider. And then when I call, what just happened? Okay, when I call a method, I could specify an argument, and the method could then, take that argument and use that instead. So, for example, let's say I want to pass in fake.name. So, okay, with the example, what I'm trying to do is set up a thing to generate one. There should be one method called, I don't know, generate. Maybe let's not use the term generate. Let's say player database. And this is meant to return a data frame. So I'll give that hint later on. Actually, let's add the thing here. Did I add pandas? I don't think I added pandas. I'm also not sure why this is here, typing any, but like, okay. What was it? From, no, it's import pandas as PD. All right, great. So then this shouldn't be an issue anymore, should it? Data frame is not, oh, PD.dataframe. Does that work? Yeah, that works. And then this, for the time being, this can return just an empty data frame. which can be a list-like thing or so-and-so or so-and-so. Let's give it a dictionary. Okay, cool. Great. So the idea is with this custom provider, there should be a player database function. And then when we access that function, when we call that function with fake.player database, it's not going to do anything, but like it should work. Am I able to give like the return type as pd.dataframe? I don't know. I didn't check that. I'm not sure if that works. Oh, this is going to throw an error. Why hasn't this thrown an error yet? This is supposed to throw an error because I got rid of the generator thing. I also didn't specify a dynamic provider. Like I tried, I started specifying it, but I stopped. Okay, generator. Now it should work. Nope, still not working. Player database takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. So should I be using self? Okay, all right. Wait, that's interesting. So how does that work? I'm able to specify I'm able to specify self, and what gets passed in is not really self. Like I could I mean technically I should be able to just say A, right? And that should work. Yeah, that works. So it's not really self. So all of these are not really self, are they? I mean, I could still do this, right? And then self here has its own thing. Um, let's try printing out self.a. Yeah, okay. So that's interesting. When I call player database, it's expecting to be given a self argument. Or, well, no, it's giving a self argument. But if I created a method here, I wouldn't have that issue. So let's say I did some func01 here, and I didn't specify anything and just did that. And then I called. Wait, am I able to call this function? Yeah, I'm still able to call this function. However, in this case, it's not going to pass in self. Yes, okay. If I call this function, it's not going to pass in self. Yeah, missing one required argument. That is not what I was trying to demonstrate, though. Let's do this. Okay, do that. And then this, dot that. Right, that works. So that passes in self. What if I remove this? This should work though. It shouldn't give an, oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. All right. So basically what happens is when you pass in or when you call an instance method, when you call a method on an instance of a class, it does pass in self. It does pass in self. So if you don't specify self, then you're going to get an error. Wait, let me just test something. What if I remove self from here as well? Init takes, oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. So anything to do with the instance passes in self. Okay. Going back to this. What was the issue here? This is an instance method. We are specifying an instance method because this is being called on an instance of this class. It's not being called as like a class method. So that's why it was giving that error. Okay. All right. Now, how do we want to go about doing this? So we have a couple of different columns here, right? We have creation date, which we can generate random dates between different, two dates. Then we have account name. For account name, I'm thinking we can generate a list of 5 or 10. We can generate a list of 10 players, and each player can have anywhere between 2 to 10 characters. So we can say every player has created, oh, actually anywhere between 1 and 10 characters. And then we can have a hero name. We can just generate a list of names and give that. We can have 5 different, no, actually if it's 10 heroes, maybe I should shorten the list. So let's do 5 different players, and we can do 5 different heroes, and then we can have 5 different classes. So like there can be any combination of like which hero it is and which class it is. And then we have the level as well. So for creation date, we can create the date like on the spot while generating the series. For account name, we want to pass in a list of names. So how do we go about doing that? So in here we can generate a list of names first, right? So now we can probably get rid of these. So we have the internal fake. We have the dynamic provider, but like the dynamic provider. Oh, you know what? For the sake of keeping the example simple, we'll not use init. For the sake of keeping the example simple, I'll just use like I'm already declaring like, internal fake equals faker. And then here we have dyne01. And in here, we can do. So do we generate the names outside or inside the provider? Because I want to try and put everything inside the provider, so that we don't have to generate anything from the outside. Because we already have a faker instance in here, right? So we can generate stuff in here as well. From the outside, I just want to provide a couple of like parameters. Or you know what? We can set the parameters in here itself. I like that idea better. We can set the parameters from in here and then generate the data. Right. So once we have done this whole thing, then over here, it's just, hold on. Am I able to call a method? So let's say a equals internal fake dot name. Is this gonna work? And then we print out a. Oh, let's comment that. There is an issue. It printed the thing out, but it's printing. Wait, it says my class O1 up. Wait, why is it saying that over here? Hold on. Why is it saying that over here? That's weird. Oh, is it because was A defined somewhere else? I think A is defined. Oh, A is defined outside. Okay, okay. Wait. No, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. That's weird. Why do I have my class O1 over here? Let's run this again. It still says my class O1. Okay, that's confusing. Let's do B instead, I guess. Uh, oh, also I'm supposed to do self.b and it was supposed to be self.a as well. There you go. Okay, so A has been defined somewhere else in this code. A has been, I think my class has been assigned to A somewhere, and it is reading that for some reason. Or maybe there's some other reason, whatever. So B, then we do self.b. Yeah, there it is. We have our thing. Okay, so we should. Why was I doing this? Yeah, I I forgot. I don't know. I don't know why I was doing this. Um. Oh, I think I was trying to figure out if. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I could do like a names list, right? And then here we can do list comprehension. Let's do 10. Let's do 10 names. So let's do 10 account names list. Uh, name for this in range 10. So we're gonna have 10. Okay, so we're gonna have 10. Oh, we have a problem. Internal fake is not defined. All right. Okay. Okay. So it's we're probably gonna have some issues here. So in this case, when I do it this way, I would need to do self.internal fake, and then now it's defined. So then we have account names list. This generates a new list of names that we're going to be using. We could do everything in it. However, I feel like I feel like we would need to generate a new, we would need to create a separate method for generating new names, and then we can have like an internal list. So we could do something like this. I'm not going to do this, but like just to demonstrate it, gen names, self, I think. Yeah, okay, self. And then here we can do names list equals this. And then here we can do this list is equal to this. Right, so then whenever we call gen names, it's going to generate the names. It's not going to do anything, but it's going to generate the names list. And then instead of doing it here, we can just use the thing throughout our we can just use the names list throughout our entire class, throughout all the other methods. But I feel like, I mean, that's a thing that we could do, but I feel like that's unnecessary, so I'm not going to do that. That would be kind of helpful though. Yeah, that would be kind of helpful. So, okay, if we want to maintain an internal list that could be used by other methods, I don't think we're going to have other methods. But yeah, if we wanted to maintain an internal list, we could do it in this way. So we could do that equals that. And then once the thing is generated, it gets assigned here, and then we can use it from in here, well, we can use it from in here or even from the outside. So if there's any other method, the other method has self, it can then access this and get the exact value that was, created here. But yeah, for now, we don't need to do this. It'll probably be doing too much. So that's the account names list. We can print it out. If I print this and if I run, we should get a list of 10 names now. Right? So these are our account names. And then I feel like creation date here would be confusing, but it's a test data set, so I don't think we need to give a shit about that too much. Okay, so the account names list is ready. I'm gonna need to create my own list of... Dude, I want to create a dynamic provider for this. Yes, I want to create a dynamic provider for this. So we can do heroes. Did I spell that right? Let's do hero provider equals dynamic provider. We'll just call it hero provider, or I should say hero. Yeah, just hero. And then there was a name. There was a list of names that was given. Let me just ask Gemini again to generate the thing for me. Generate a list of random fantasy car names. Oh, wait, I should have specified how many. Generate a list of 10 random fantasy character names. Okay. You know what? That might be a long list to... type in let's do 5. Let's just do 5 heroes. Okay. All right. And then 2 more. Okay. So this is our dynamic provider. And then we basically add a provider to, no, not internet, internal fake dot add provider. It's just hero, isn't it? Wait, no, how? I think it was hero provider. I'm supposed to, yeah, hero provider. And then I should be able to access internal fake dot hero. So this will give a list of hero names. So now we can do hero names list equals this for that in range 5. Wait, no, I have a heroes names list. I don't need one. Yeah, no, we're going to be using this later on. I just realized that we're not going to be using this now. We're going to be using this later on. We're going to be using this when we are generating the series. Because in the series we can we'll need to create the, name of the hero. Um I just realized something. Wait, so we have the account names list. Do I need to create a dynamic provider for the account names as well? I think I would need to. Yeah, I think I would need to. Account names are, yeah, account names provider equals dynamic provider. Uh, what account name? And then we just pass in the account names list. So that is our provider. Oh, we also need to add the provider. I didn't, dude, somehow this didn't occur to me. I'm glad that I'm doing this now. Okay, so account names provider, and that's okay. That's done. What else do we need? We need dates. Dates can be generated like on the spot. What else was there? Class. I think class was one. I think class was one, right? Did I have class? Was it class or ability? What was I calling it? Class. Okay. Okay. So let's come up with a list of class names. So let's create a class provider, dynamic provider. Okay. Class. So here we can do mage. Uh, I don't know, warrior. Um, Ranger, that's another one. Uh, for some reason, I'm having trouble thinking. Mage, warrior, ranger. Dude, let's look up just fucking D&D classes, man. Give me a list of uh D&D classes. Okay. Healer, that's another one. Ranger, healer, and then I don't know, tank. Should I? What tank? Paladin. Paladin is a good. So I mean, for healer, then it would be cleric, and for tank, we could say paladin. I don't know why I gave a shit about the name so much, but like, yeah, whatever. So then we can do internal fake dot add provider class provider. All right. And now we should be ready to create our data set. This can be one big list comprehension, I think. Yeah, because so we can, let's do series list equals this, and here we can do pd.series. The series is gonna have um it's gonna have a date and the character name, and then wait, so pd.series, let's do that and that. Okay. So what are we doing? Self internal fake dot date. So what do we have for dates? I haven't looked into that. Right, so we have date date between, get a date object between a random date. No, based on a random date between two given dates. And then what is date between it? Take two date objects and return a random date between the two given dates. Accepts date or datetime objects. So what is the difference between these two? Get a date object. Wait, this returns one date, that returns one date. Get a date object based on, okay, there it is. Get, yeah, take two dates. Wait, there was, yeah, get a date object based on a random date between two dates. Accepts date strings that can be recognized by, oh, I think there's the difference. This accepts date or datetime objects, and this uh I'm not sure what str2 time does. I mean, it's string to time, right? So does it just take the string and convert it to a time? Maybe. Either way, this is probably what we are looking for, right? So we are going to do, this is going to look horrible. Like the way that I have to split this up, it is going to look horrible. How do we do datetime objects? I think I need to import datetime. Give it a second. I don't remember what the datetime thing is called. I think it's just called datetime. I don't remember if I have to import something from datetime. Let me just open up datetime. Python datetime. Right, so we have datetime. Datetime dot datetime. Right, so then I guess I have to do from datetime import datetime. And then I just need to do datetime. Right? That works. That works, yeah. So 2024, let's say 0, 1, no, just 1. And then date 1. So so this is going to be January, I'm guessing. I don't think all of them are necessary, right? I don't think all of them are necessary. Yeah, no, I don't think all of them are necessary. I don't think time is needed. Right, so then we have the end date, which is going to be, okay, so let's also specify this one then. Date start equals this, and then date end equals date time 2024. Let's do everything within January and see how well that works out. So 31st, I think January has 31 days, doesn't it? I think so. Right, so that is between dates. Okay. In the series, the next thing we need is our um is our what was what was it called? Uh, I think account name. Okay, ACC name. And then the next thing we need is our hero name. I think I would need to set up something with unique just to avoid having duplicates. Though I think duplicates should be fine. I don't think I need to make a big deal out of duplicates here. And then here we can do class. Oh, is that a keyword? I think that's going to be a problem. Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, class is a keyword. I forgot about that. Holy shit. Okay, let's do class name. Right, and for the sake of, you know, uniformity, let's say hero name. Okay, so we have the dates, we have the account name, the hero name, the class name, and what else do we need? We need level. So how do we get an integer random int, okay, gets a random number, gets a random integer between two integers, min and max, inclusive, while observing a provided step value. This method is functionally equivalent. Wait, what does the step value do in a random function? Like, what's the idea there? I need to look into what step does here, but like, okay, I should be able to ignore it, right? So, okay, we can do level 1 to level 10 for now. I think I should be able to ignore step. Right, so that is done. That is our series for our or for well, nothing in range, let's say 30. So we have 30 series, and we are just going to pass in the series list. Oh, I also need to give, oh yeah, I just realized that. I also need to give this. So creation date, account name, hero name, class, and level. All right, so once that is generated, then the data frame will be generated, and once the data frame is generated, then that should get printed out here. Holy shit, dude. I was not expecting this to run on the first try. Okay, cool. Awesome. So this is our... Oh, you know what else we could do? We could sort this. Dot sort values. Sort the values based on... Oh, wait. I want to sort this based on date, right? Is it automatically gonna do the thing? Let me just see if it does that. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it did it. So this is our entire data set, and we can make the data set bigger. We can make it, I don't know, 300 rows. Should we do 300? I don't think. No, wait. How's that gonna work? So, I mean, then what we are assuming is that every player can have unlimited number of characters. So I guess in the example, I'm not going to mention that the players can have, or we could increase the player base. So there's 10 names. We could make it 50 players. And then we have 300 rows. This is going to be a massive data frame, but that's okay. Right, great. So the next thing we could do is write this out. I forgot what the... Wait. So A equals PD dot data frame. I think it was 2 underscore CSV. Yeah. Dot 2 CSV. Should I put it under SNS datasets? For now, I can just do test01.csv. Right. So we do that. And did that work? Oh God, there's so much going on here. Hold on. Back up. Back up. So we have the environment, we have data, we have data sets. I don't think this worked. So this returns a data frame, doesn't it? The data frame that's being returned, I then want to call... Okay. All right. Let's store the value into something and then call this. Okay. A equals data frame. Okay. A dot 2 CSV. I'm not sure where this is writing the file to. What if I do this? I think if I do this, it's going to write it to like the parent directory. I probably don't want that, but yeah, I think it wrote it to the parent directory. Let me just confirm. Right, reveal in File Explorer. Why is this not writing? Or why is this not creating a file? Yeah, I was right. It wrote it to the parent directory. But it's kind of weird because it works when I'm writing it to the parent directory. Oh God, you've got to be kidding me. It just hadn't refreshed. All right, dude. Fine. Whatever. So let's open this up. And this is our massive data set of fake data. Look at that, dude. Oh, there's something else that I need to do before writing it, because if you look at the indices here, they're all out of place because I called sort values. So it sorted the values, it sorted the rows, but when it sorted the rows, the indices move along with the rows, right? So what I can do is call reset index here. Real quick, let me just do it this way and this way. So reset underscore index drop equals true. And that should fix our problem. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if you guys saw it changing in real time. Like as soon as I switched here, it finished writing. So yeah, now everything is fine. So we have the thing sorted out, sorted by creation date, and this is our entire list of characters. We could add more characters in there. I wish there was a way to create fantasy character names, but that's okay. I just realized the music must have been off for like ages now. I just completely forgot about the music. Holy shit, I was like way too into this. Damn. And we've been streaming for like 2.5 hours now. But yeah, dude, we got some shit done. We figured this logic out. So yay us. Right. So this should be our entire thing. And this is great because this makes use of, oh, you know what? Oh yeah, okay. Okay. I was about to say that um what if we wanted to use the seed value here? Because now we have two separate generators, right? We have two separate fakers. Um, I don't know how well that would work out. Because I mean, I could set the I could set the seed here. Oh, you know what I could do? I could have a method to set the seed. So we can create a method here. Define uh, player database seed, and this takes in seed. Seed is supposed to be an int. And then we just set the value for the internal fake Oh, yeah, this takes in self as well. Right, so then we do internal fake dot, what was the seed thing? I think it's seed instance, right? Creates and seeds a new so-and-so for each factory. Okay. Right. I think this is what I'm supposed to be using, like the instance thing, not like the global thing. Because the global thing, I think seed is for global. This is not for, yeah, it says hashables the share. What? Hashables the shared random object across all factories. I don't know what that means. But I'm guessing this seed value applies to all of the objects, whereas this seed instance applies only to this instance. So we can then supply seed. All right, great. All right, so then we can first set. Hold on, what does this say? It says place. For a second, I was about to be like, oh, does it have something player related? Also, there's an ad playing right now, so I'm gonna take a hydration break, and I'll see you guys in 30 seconds. All right, welcome back. So, yeah, I was trying to do this, right? Fake dot, oh yeah, player database seed, let's say 5, right? So we run this and it gives us these names. So let's take a look at some of the names here. Tony Sims DDS, Alexa Williams, and Beth Smith. I was about to say Beth Smith Kale, but like, no, Kale is the name of the hero. All right, so these 3 names. Okay, so let's change the seed to 10, or even 6 for that matter. All right, so here we have Denise, Gary, and Sarah. Okay, so let's change it back to 5. That did not work. Okay, okay, so we have a problem. That did not work. So what is missing here? Self, internal fake, seed instance, seed, okay. Oh, okay, dude. Hold on. Okay, so we need. Oh, you know what we can do? Yeah, okay, so we can pass it in like this. So we can have like a default seed. The seed can be 5. Do I need to specify a hint even if I give like a value? I think it infers the value or the type. Okay, and then I can do seed instance seed. That should work. That should work. So now if we provide something, if we don't provide anything, then it's going to give us this. Gail, Ashley, and Anna. And if we do provide something, so with 5, it is that. With 6, it is this. Cameron, Jason, and Aaron. Okay, let's go back and... Nope. Nope. There's something wrong here. Because now it's Tony, Natalie, and Anthony. Tony Sims DDS, Natalie Pope, and Anthony Hatfield. So we have something going on here. There's an issue. I'm wondering if the issue is arising because I'm sorting and resetting the index. Like, could that possibly be part of the problem? Internal fake seed instance. Hold up. Let's try. So let's do fake seed instance 5 fake dot name. Let's just do a list comprehension. Fake dot name for this in range 5, and then print that out. So there's our list. Okay. Then we do that. Okay. Then we do that. And yeah, we get the right thing. Okay. So, here's what I'm gonna do then. Because I don't think, like, if the data is always being generated the same, then sorting it by date should not cause an issue. Or I don't think it should cause an issue, but it seems to be causing an issue. I wonder if it has something to do with the dynamic provider. Yeah, I wonder if it has something to do with the dynamic provider. Should I be passing in the generator into the dynamic provider? Is it then going to respect the seed? Because like that's how it can get the... Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this at least for the names. So self dot internal fake. Or you know what, we can do it for all of them. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we can do this. Oh yeah, why do I keep going back to this? I could just do ilock instead. Right? So instead of writing this, I could do ilock 0 and this. Okay, so we have Johnny Robertson, Olivia Cox, Anna Peterson. Okay, cool. Let's give a different seed. Denise Pham, Jennifer Miller, and Jason Suarez. Okay, let's go back. Give it a second. Johnny Robert. Okay, that was the issue. I wasn't passing in the generator. Yep. Okay. So in order to get the thing to respect the seed, I would need I would need to pass in the generator. Otherwise, it's so the issue was actually with the dynamic providers. But wow, this example is going to become a little bit complicated. I mean, it's not that complicated. To be fair, we are trying to generate like a massive data set, a massive a massive fake data set. Okay. All right. All right. So, um here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be ending here, but like I don't know who's around. But do stick around for the raid if anyone is there. So there's somebody here doing. Oh, you know what we can do? Yeah, I don't I don't raid this tag nearly as often. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to go with study with me cuz I'm part of that tag as well. Um okay, okay. Right, so that's I don't know who to raid in this category. All right, somebody has a very cute setup going on. So I think I'm gonna raid that person. This is someone named Starry May. I don't know what they're studying, but they're studying something. So we're gonna go raid this person. Man, I ran a little longer than what I usually do, and I'm kind of happy about that. Yeah, dude. I'm kind of happy about that. We got some shit done today. I'm kind of happy about that as well. But I'm gonna go heat up some food to eat and then relax. We're gonna go raid this person. Uh, yeah, it's a study stream, so like, it's just gonna be a chill hangout spot. Okay. So yeah, that being said, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.